Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. And it has been a hot second since we have done a book review, so that is what I've brought to you today, because it's been a hot second since I've read a book that I actually want to review and share with you. So today we are reviewing Filthy Rich Vampire by Geneva Lee. This is book one in a series of many, I think. First and foremost, this is an explicit, spicy book, so for some reason, if any of you are underage, then watching this, then here you go. This has explicit scenes in it, although that's very interesting, right? So you have to be a certain age to access explicit content online, but you could just go into a bookshop and just buy this, and you know, it's got very, you know, scenes in it. So anyway, okay, so plot is basically, in my eyes, Bridgerton in a world of vampires. So there is a high society, and this high society is vampires only. So, and again, it has like certain higher privileged families. The older families are the ones that are like at the top, and then it kind of filters down. And the whole point of this society, effectively the same as Bridgerton, is to get people married and to get vampires mating and continue on lineages. And you're probably thinking, how on earth do vampires mate, because aren't they dead? And it does vaguely explain this in the book, I just can't remember it, but it's an explanation that makes sense. So ultimately, this book follows Julian, a vampire, Thea, a human, and their romantic entanglement. And I have to say, I did enjoy it. I was surprised, one, at the spiciness, because I wasn't expecting it, and two, at just generally how much I enjoyed it, considering not a lot happened in it. So it starts off with Thea kind of being a very independent, strong woman over here. She's got to manage school, working 2 jobs, and her mum is currently undergoing cancer treatment. So, you know, she's got her head on right, she's doing the business that she needs to do. And then she ends up playing at one of the vampire soirees, and then Julian, the vampire, sees her from across the room, and he's like, that one, I want her. And they basically just end up getting together in a funny which way, and they then have an agreement, because Julian doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to be tied into this society. So it's very, if you see Bridgerton season 1, where the Duke and Daphne use each other for like mutual benefit, it's very much like that, and then again very much like that, and then they end up falling in love anyway. So that is great, and I really liked how the romance tied into it. It wasn't just sex. There was like romantic writing around it, and romance is in my heart, so I really enjoyed that. And basically, yeah, the crux of it is Julian and Thea enter this relationship with a bargain in mind, so that Julian uses Thea to dissuade any potential wives, and in return Thea gets everything paid for her. She gets a year of like experiences, her mum's bills get covered, basically she doesn't have to worry about anything, right? Great. Obviously they end up falling in love. That's just a given. It could say spoiler, but it's basically a given. And what is interesting, the author does drop down some little cliffhangers throughout. So Julian had a twin sister that she basically kind of disappeared off the face of the planet and is dead, I think, now. But then there becomes some terrorist attacks on the vampires from a group of unprivileged vampires, I think they are, and it's alluded that possibly his sister was in that group of people. So now you're thinking, character wise, I love all of the characters, specifically the vampires. Thea can get in the bin in my opinion, but all the vampires are written really well. Generally I think the characters are written well. You kind of get a sense of who they are. The writing as a whole isn't fabulous, but it's good enough to read and just enjoy the book. It's very simple. And Thea is just, she was absolutely great at the beginning. You know, like I said, really headstrong, she knew what was doing, she had her life sorted out, but then she meets Julian and she gets stigmatized, and all of a sudden she isn't this strong independent girly anymore. She's just like, oh, Julian, 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 and it's really, really, really annoying. So that's my only issue. Overall, I really liked it, to be fair. The ending was quite good. There was a cliffhanger ending, and all of a sudden the council decided to make human vampire relationships illegal, and then that put a strain on the relationship, and there's just a lot of Chinese whispers, and that meant that the relationship breaks up because one thing's saying another, the other thing's saying something else, and it's just a bit of a mess. But if you're after a bit of romance, a bit of spiciness, you love vampires, and you love Bridgerton, then you're gonna love this. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it wasn't the best book ever written or the best book I've ever read, but I loved it. It was absolutely fabulous. So yeah, let me know if you've read it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like Thea too? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!